Hello everybody, Joe here with Garden of Bloom. On today's video, I wanted to just show you guys my mangoes and talk a little bit about them. It is the end of March here, 2021. I'm in the Phoenix, Arizona area, growing zone 9B. One thing too I've discovered with mango trees is I'm really allergic to the trees, and I noticed my wife has had the same thing. Like, I get near these trees and you can kind of hear now I'm a little bit congested just like walking up to these trees, especially when they're blooming. Really gets my sinuses going and everything like that. I know a lot of people have allergies to the actual fruit itself. The fruit doesn't seem to bother me. It's more so the trees. And I can definitely tell that I have an allergy because I can just feel myself flare up when I get near these trees, which isn't good, but I love mangoes, so I'm going to keep them going for now. But just to give you guys a warning, you may be sensitive to the trees. They're in the poison ivy family, and I've had trouble with poison ivy as a kid and stuff. So if you guys are sensitive to poison ivy, beware. So, as you can see, here are a couple of my mangoes. I have them all grouped in here. I've actually moved my carry, which is in a pot here, in with the other mango trees. I think I'm going to keep it like that. It was in a different area. And as you can see some bloom going on here. And one of the odd things this year is my mangoes have bloomed a lot later than normal. It's the end of March right now, and typically I already have like fruit set and everything on this. I went and looked back at some old pictures over the years just to kind of check it out and compare to previous years. A couple years ago, I had flowers in like early February on this carry. And so really this year it was probably early March when it first started pushing out some bloom. So it's been quite a bit later. I'm not really sure the reasoning for that. I've noticed that like it seems like every year it gets a little bit later, and it's kind of been weird on some of these trees. Here's my Gary. This one's in the ground. I've had it since 2017 to give you an idea of the age. Bought it as like a 3-gallon starter grafted tree, which I've talked about in other videos that I don't recommend getting a smaller size mango here in the Phoenix, Arizona area, and give you some reasons why. I can link down below for that if you want to check that out. But this one you can see is just like starting to bloom, so it's pretty late. And then half of the tree over there you can see was pushing out some new foliage. Now is starting to bloom a little bit on that new foliage. So it's been kind of weird how they've been growing this year. You can see my kit there has quite a bit of sun damage already. And we haven't really been extremely hot, but our sun does get pretty intense. The sugar apple here still hasn't really leafed out yet, but can come around. So it has some bloom on it, but again, it's pretty slow. A lot of the other branches don't quite have bloom on it yet. And then here is my Ida Maraca, which is a seedling grown tree. You can see the size of this guy here. It's gotten really big for a mango tree here in the Phoenix, Arizona area. Probably pushing, getting up there at least 8-9 feet tall, and it's gotten quite large. It's far surpassed any of my grafted trees as far as growth. This one's also in the ground, and I purchased this as a little seedling plant in 2016. So the seed was probably started in 2015 to give you an idea of the age. And it flowered for the first time last year, so I had some fruit off of this tree last year. Really tiny mango, but smooth, good tasting, kind of tastes more like the traditional Indian type mangoes. A little bit resinous, but it was pretty good. They're just really tiny and kind of grow in clusters. But this year, I don't see any bloom on this at all. In fact, I don't even really see any new growth on it, so it's kind of weird. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure if some of the cold did anything this year. I didn't really protect these as much as I usually do. But we didn't get extreme cold this winter, like those nights in the 20s, like mid to upper 20s. But we were consistently like in the, mid 30s as lows. So again, not sure if it's just alternate or wasn't ready to fully just flower every year or what. Come around here. But I mean, it definitely looks like it's still alive. And I do see some buds on some of the ends and stuff, where you see where it looks like it's getting ready to do something, but usually it's already put out like a growth flush already. Drop some comments down below just to let me know how your guys' mango trees are doing here in the Phoenix, Arizona area. I'm interested to hear about, if they're doing what they should be doing, if you had late bloom, early bloom, or how they've been doing. All right, check me out at gardenaluma.com for more tips on gardening and growing fruit trees, especially in hot, dry climates. Thanks for watching.